and VeeFriends, and with Harpic comic, the Harpic Hunt, comic book number 4, you're seeing a glimpse of where VeeFriends is going, building out the core storyline, the canon of VeeFriends. And our comic program is really heating up. We're very excited going to New York Comic Con just a week from today. Or no, a week from tomorrow, New York Comic Con kicks off. And it's the first time that we'll actually have comic books at Comic Con, which is just so exciting. And if you've been following VeeFriends a while, you know Series 1 is the alpha. Our Series 1 NFTs, the original collectible that we released with Gary's hand-drawn character designs of each character. And holders of those NFTs were able to pre-sale and get the Harpic as well as the entire 5 through 7 comic bundle at a discounted price. I'd be curious if there's anyone. I was told that if there are some folks who want to get the comic book today, that I can pull those into the shop, but I'm only going to put them up if there's there's people, because I know that Gary just had them on stream last night, so I anticipate some of you may have gotten it there. But if you are interested in getting sealed in the nice bag and board in a sealed pack with the Harpic comic and the rarities, drop a number, say 1 comic, 2 comic, 5 comics, so I get an idea, and we'll run that a little bit later. Yes, Dave Tran, that is absolutely coming, and that's part of the news today. We'll talk more about the Stand Challenge. So before we do that, I do want to share with you a little bit of a preview of the story. Hey, Slim Pickens, congratulations. We're going to send you a blaster pack for you to rip at home for yourself or with the fam, or give to a friend, up to you. There is some specific news about Harpic comic number 4 that I want to share with you. But before we do that, I want to give you a little teaser of what that story is like. So check that out. VeeFriends, created by Gary Vaynerchuk, story by DJ Kaufman, and artwork by Caitlin Windells. Not too long ago, in a land not too far away, a group of young adventurers is listening to an offer.
I'm in need of a Harpic horn. Do you 3 seriously think you can find one?
If the Harpic is real, we'll slay good.
Yeah, I'm not afraid.
You should be. Nobody has made it back alive yet.
Later that night. You know, I gotta say, not only is it fun to see these comics animated, it's probably one of my favorite part of these rollouts, but I gotta say, it's so fun to have Gary's nerd side come out with these comic books. And obviously, he picked an incredible creative partner in DJ Kaufman. If you don't know DJ Kaufman, you should totally follow him on X, just at DJ Kaufman. He's an incredible advocate for people to be expressive and creative, long-time career in comics, and is spearheading all of VeeFriends Creative as our creative director. He's a really good dude, and we're very lucky to have him. And the reason I say that is because the way the comic starts is not too long ago, in a place not too far away, which my Star Wars fans will recognize that allusion. So, coming back to Harpic number 4, the full comic book will be available for free to read, and that'll hit our website, veefriends.com/comics, very soon. And if you want to hear the latest on the next comic books and updates that are coming to the comic book universe, you can go to veefriends.com/comic-books and sign up for the email list. And I highly recommend that you do. But there was a mistake that happened at the printers with comic book number 4. If you're not familiar, each sealed pack on the back has a breakdown of the rarity guide. And I might just, this is one of my personal comics. I might just go ahead and open this so we can show the whole process. But almost feel like I should just close the news window. Give me a second, chat. I'm gonna actually serve you a bit better here. I think this will be superior. All right, let me see. That should work pretty seamlessly. Let's find out. Nice. Okay. So where did I put the comic? Here. So on the back of each comic, you have a rarity guide for the pack. And 80% of comics that you find in VeeFriends comic packs are going to be cover A. That would be the common hit. The hit rates on these comic packs are vastly different than you might be used to in like a trading card pack where every other pack has a foil or every box has a foil. Even getting a cover B, which is just 20% of the print run, is like a hit from my point of view. And then there are super rares that consist of the following: 1 lollipop, 1 gold, 1 lollipop, 10 gold, 55 silver, 99 holographic, 199 cracked ice, and 299 shimmer, as well as ultra rare sketch covers, 1 by Gary V, 2 by DJ Kaufman, and 2 by Kate Windells, who did the artwork for this edition, as well as the cover A artwork. And our cover B artwork for this is by Jim Mahfood. Now, here's where the error was. The rarity for covers A and B for this edition are actually reversed. So where the Jim Mahfood was meant to be the 20% print, actually it's the Kate Windells cover, which features the heart pick like this. I actually believe I have one right here. This cover by Kate Windells, that is your 20% chance of pulling. So we apologize that it was not what we intended. And if you've been following the comics journey, we really went above and beyond to make sure that the randomization of the comics inside the packs was far superior to previous releases. And we really feel like we nailed that. And so we were so surprised to see an influx of people hitting the Jim Mahfood cover on social media. And now we understand why. And it's because in reality, there are 7,332 Jim Mahfood covers and 2,000 Kate Wendell covers. And I'm going to go ahead and just open this because I'd like to. And we'll see. The likelihood is I'll get a Jim Mahfood, and I'll be super happy about that. But I want you to just see the comic in all of its glory, and maybe we'll even tease some of the inside. So it looks like I got a base, and the back cover artwork here is by Andrew Drillin, who did the cover B for issue number 3, and boom, Jim Mahfood. We love to see it. And so here you can see this is a digest size comic where issues 5 and 7 will be full size, and you see the adventurers meeting Willful Wizard and going on to their adventure. Ooh, whoa, spoilers. I'm glad to hear you like the story, Clem. And now that's where I was going to go next. Please do read the comic stories. And if you have any reactions, feedback, thoughts, ideas, email us. Tell us about your experience with the comics at comics@VeeFriends.com. Email us at comics@VeeFriends.com, and we would so love to hear from you about anything that you're feeling, experiencing, enjoying in the VeeFriends comics universe. All right. Let's go ahead and pull up our news window again. This is VeeFriends.com. You can find a lot of great information here and as well on the VeeFriends blog. So blog.VeeFriends.com, or you can go to VeeFriends.com/news to catch the roundup and all the information about our releases. One that we've been talking about for a couple weeks is the Gary V Stand Challenge. VeeFriends holders get free access, and I'm very excited to share that as of today, all VeeFriends Series 2 holders have now been offered access to this $300 program. So if you're not a VeeFriends holder, you can either go grab a VeeFriend and then use it for your access, or it's actually cheaper. This is actually very cool. It's cheaper right now to buy a Series 2 if you want to join this challenge than to just go ahead and buy it for $300. There are limited spots, so it's not like all 55,000 people can access. But I think for the entrepreneurs, creators, the creator entrepreneurs who are looking to level up. We just posted a video today about how getting toward the end of the year, and October 1st. You've got 3 months to make the most of 2025, and the Gary Vee Stand Challenge is a great way to do that. And now it's free for VeeFriends Series 1 and Series 2. Is that Nick Corso in the chat? Love to see that. Dr. Dave Tran, you shouldn't need to email anybody. If you've linked your wallet to VeeFriends.com, you should have received this email already with the access code and the link where to go. If you didn't receive that email, shoot us an email at support@VeeFriends.com so we can help you through there. So the Gary Vee Stand Challenge is 8 weeks of video calls with Gary Vee, where he's going to be helping people through giving ideas, consulting, and just pouring his soul into making this as successful as possible. And at a core level, you get the Stand software. This is a link in bio tool that allows you to easily launch, sell, and curate digital products, whether that's courses, ebooks, paywall gated communities and chats or otherwise. You can do lead generation through it. You can do calendar scheduling. There's a lot of tools there. So I would highly encourage you to check it out. And if you're a Series 2 holder, make sure that you claim that access soon, because we do not have enough for all Series 2 holders. It is first come, first serve. I know that a lot of Series 2 holders were looking forward to it. We gave a week for Series 1 Spectaculars, gift codes, and access token holders to get it, then a week for Series 1. Now that they've all had their chance, it's open to the rest of our community through VeeFriends Series 2, which is fantastic. Next up, I think where I really want to go is over here. If you're not in the VeeFriends Discord, I would highly recommend it. VeeFriends.com. I'm sorry. VeeFriends.com/Discord should take you there. We've got, actually, is it just me or am I missing a blog here? Where's, Huh? There it is. I don't know why that wasn't on the front page. Tyler, I don't know if you're watching, but we'll have to check into that. So the news of the day is another exclusive that we've announced for New York Comic Con. In partnership with Spin Master, VeeFriends is releasing a 4D motivated monster puzzle available exclusively at New York Comic Con to lucky attendees. Now, this is not something that you can come to the VeeFriends booth and buy. It will only be for lucky participants at the event. So stick around, bring a friend to the new VeeFriends booth, and you can see it being put together here. This is a 3D puzzle, which you can pop out and piece together. I mean, is that cool or what? Obviously, this is directly related to our release of the full-size issue number 5, the Motivated Monster comic book, which will also be exclusive to New York Comic Con. Remember, this is the comic that has a parental advisory. So for those of you with kids, make sure to give it a read before you review it before you share it with them. But this isn't just a puzzle. It's a 3D building experience that's absolutely motivating. The 4D build Motivated Monster lets you construct a 4-inch character with intricate details and a display-worthy finish, as satisfying to build as it is to showcase. With less than 750 produced, the 4D build Motivated Monster puzzle is in limited supply and a sure keepsake for collectors and Motivated Monster enthusiasts alike. If you are a Series 1 Motivated Monster holder, there will be a free claim for you opening during New York Comic Con for 2 weeks from October 9th to, yes, Tyler, I would. Should I co-host you? Are we gonna get a little alpha here? Tyler says he wants to alpha alligator, and I'm never gonna turn that down. Like, never, ever, ever. I don't know if he'll be able to join, but we'll see. Maybe he'll text me the alpha. But what was I gonna say? Motivated Monsters, if you're voice call, you got it. You got it. All right, chat. We're getting Tyler on the line.
hear me? Hello?
Hey, what's up, Alpha Alligator?
What's up, man? How's everything going?
Well, you know, it's just me and 100 other VeeFriends staring at this beautiful 4D build we just announced.
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as no one else is listening, I feel like I could share a few things.
Okay.
If you're cool with that, if we're in the trust tree with everybody.
Yeah, I am Jeremy Knows, so it's helpful if I know.
Yeah. I feel like I would just tell you individually, and if.
Yeah, this is perfectly private. Nobody's gonna clip this. There's no screen recording. This is inner circle here.
Yeah, Ambag doesn't have her screen recording going on currently.
Yes.
There's nothing like that.
Shout out Ambag.
Let's see, what alpha do I have to share with you? I would say the monster announcement was really fun. I'm excited for people to get their hands on it at Comic-Con and build it.
Yes.
Tomorrow we have an announcement I would say is arguably bigger and more exciting.
You're not going to tell them what it is, are you?
I don't think I can tell them what it is yet, but I would say tomorrow we have a big and exciting announcement.
We do.
Also Comic-Con related.
Yes.
I don't know if it's by the end of the week or early next week, we'll have there's a lot of products that we're releasing at Comic-Con that nobody has any idea about.
Right.
Some of that's intentional, some of it's just logistical, but...
Yeah, Tyler, just between you and me, I was poking around in Slack the other day, and I saw, something, and I went to May, I was like, I had no idea this even existed. And it's a pretty in-depth product. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I don't know if I do.
It's related to it's related to the announcement tomorrow of a variation of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think
that's.
I mean, I'm like getting mad Comic-Con FOMO.
Yeah, it's cool. If we're talking about the same thing,
yeah,
people may be able to get their hands on that outside of Comic-Con.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Also really cool.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff is debuting at Comic-Con, but it's important to remember to have notifications on for VeeFriends Live, for VeeFriends, and for Gary, because we're gonna see about doing some interesting pop-ups where some of these items might be available live.
Yes, that is definitely. I mean, that in itself is pretty important also for people to know.
Yes.
Make sure you're on Whatnot. Make sure you're on a potentially other live streaming platform.
Oh.
During Comic-Con weekend.
A potential other live stream platform? How interesting.
How interesting. Find out more later. What else? Those Ninja Friends caps that Gary showed.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yesterday.
I saw somebody post up a picture of a peaceful cap. I did, and there was a whole
over here.
There was a whole table of caps that I didn't I'm just coming down from I haven't even received my awesome cap, and now I'm seeing Notorious and that yellow. They get sorry.
Speaking of the awesome cap,
yeah,
I know that there were some people who weren't able to get their hands on that on the Cool Kick show, as well as some of the legendary stuff. The camo one is no one's ever going to see that again. That one flew
yeah, that one was even more limited than the rest.
But we are working on a more public drop outside of that Cool Kick show with some of those awesome and legendary hats that are shipping to our warehouse currently from Cool Kicks.
Cool.
So keep your eye on that. And then we have a lot of Friends caps in the works. The Ninja one, I'm sure people can assume will be sooner. Obviously, with us releasing Ninja comic book at Comic-Con, those two pair nicely together. And then we have others in the works. I don't know, and definitely can't say when those other ones will be coming. Some of those are not even the final versions of those hats. A lot of sampling and product testing is going on as well. But
nice.
VeeFriends.com/friendscaps is where you'll want to be signed up so you can know whenever those hats actually come into fruition and become available.
Yeah, being on the email list for the items that you're interested in is massive alpha. I know that a lot of people who are on the VeeFriends.com/friendscaps email list have gotten early notice that hats have been live and been able to secure them before they sell out. That's a real thing. But
yeah, that has been a real thing.
Tyler, I think we've kind of glossed over a very important part of this motivated monster build, which I still have on the screen, and that is I'm gonna have a little Gary V moment here. That it's free. It's absolutely free.
It is absolutely free. We could obviously there's a lot of things that we could charge for that we like to give away for free.
Yeah.
And we had a line in there that this is the start of a bigger partnership and relationship that we have with Spin Master. So
tell us a little bit about Spin Master, because the last time we said this is part of a bigger partnership that we are rolling out was we released the Notorious Ninja Topps Chrome card at last year's Comic-Con, and we know how wild that went. So I don't want people to think that it's necessarily that degree of a rollout,
right, totally.
But Spin Master is a incredibly reputable company that works with some of the biggest IPs in the world. We're talking Paw Patrol. They actually do a lot of merchandising for Moonbug Productions, which I'm led to understand. But I know you spent a lot of time with their team, seeing how they operate, and you know them well. So can you give us a little alpha on Spin Master?
Yeah, I think what you just laid out is a really good observation, and one that I would hope people are starting to take note of in terms of just pattern recognition of free giveaway at New York Comic-Con, potentially bigger release down the road. Not everything works out like that, obviously, and not everything is as big of a scale as Topps Chrome was, but
right.
Yeah, we're excited about all the different potential toys and other items that we could potentially make with Spin Master down the road with various VeeFriends characters. So the monster is the first one that we're excited for people to get their hands on and start playing around with and displaying on their shelves, or having Gary sign, flipping on eBay for a few $100 or whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to ask you like a really alpha question, but I don't want to put you in a tight spot. But
let me see if I can navigate it.
I just want to say that you and Kumail have done an incredible job this last week prepping for next week. And I know I'm particularly excited for that. But our copywriters and our managers are not usually the ones out in front on the live streams. And so while we have you here, I think it's important that everybody in the chat knows how much you're doing to steer the ship and make sure that there is detailed, specific, clear information in the blogs. And the truth is, Tyler, the blog has always been the alpha.
The blog has always been the alpha since day one. blog.veefriends.com is the alpha. And yeah, I appreciate that. Shout out to Kwamel. Shout out to a lot of yourself, Daniel, a lot of people behind the scenes.
Nice. Kwamel's in the audience. What's up?
Kwamel's in the audience. Kwamel is on a Google call with me currently.
Nice.
In the office.
Working after hours. Let's go.
Kwamel's cheesing. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited for that. We're excited for some things that we have lined up post Comic-Con. We have a lot. Like, everyone who's in here probably is well aware that October is arguably the busiest month at VeeFriends in terms of
That's right.
how much we ship and the kind of scale that we put things out at. I think it might have been 2 years ago when we had like literally a new collaboration or launch every single day in October. It's not quite to that scale, but we have some really big and really exciting things that no one has heard anything about.
Yeah, I think it was the year that in a 2-week period we announced our mystery Halloween set, and we were gearing up for New York Comic-Con, and we did the New York Halloween parade, and we announced the collaboration with Mattel and Skilled Skeleton. That was a wild year. But
that was a wild one.
You know, it's interesting that the comics are bringing more pairings of characters together. Like, I wouldn't have thought that Fearless Fairy and Decisive Duck or Fearless Fairy and Bad Intentions would necessarily have relations, but the Halloween characters have always been pretty clear. Like, for the last couple of years, there's a set. I don't know if it's 13 or 15 characters. They very clearly live in that Halloween world. I don't know. I do know, but I'm speaking more as the community now. I don't know if we'll see any of those other characters in Motivated Monster coming up, but I'm very curious to see, as more Halloween characters come into the comic books, how their stories intertwine.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think there's a lot of combinations and kind of through lines that you would never put together, and some of that's in comic book 5, 6, and 7, and some of it's in other comic books to come. And then there's others that feel like, oh, that makes a ton of sense. Could have guessed that. So, but I think there's probably more of the unexpected, really, like relationships and connections, character-wise, than some people may think, which is going to be cool. Yeah, I mean, we can talk all day about how sick those 3 stories are releasing at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And just how those, like, I think of it a lot. It's very similar, actually, to the National, how I felt about it, where we released the Curry Super Stickers and Sapphire at the National, and
yes.
we were just coming off the back of Topps Chrome, where, like, if all we did at the National was release Topps Chrome, it still would have been, like, a major hit and would have been such a big moment. But then we added in 2 massive product drops on top of it. And it's similar with Comic-Con. Like, if all we sold at Comic-Con were these 3 comic books, it would be a very big and successful event for us. But we have so much more coming in addition to it.
Yeah, well said. Well, Ty, I love the Alpha Alligator call-in. I appreciate it, and I think it was really valuable for the crowd.
Nate, Mel, and I, we were just putting the finishing touches on this launch for tomorrow, and Nate was like, "Why don't you just call in? Let's share some alpha with the core crew that we have here." So
I love it.
Again, to reiterate that we're in the trust tree, and happy that only you and I heard all the information that we just shared.
Yeah, it's great to have these private moments.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, since we're talking about Motivated Monsters so much, I think I'll send you off. I don't know that a ton of people have seen this yet, but we actually have this video showing more about the 4D puzzle. So I'm going to send you off, Ty, and I'm going to play this for the chat. It was great chatting with you. I'll talk soon.
Sounds great. Talk soon. Bye, everybody.
Fun, right? How fun is that? Real Greek God, we are very much paying attention to what's happening over in Canada. You're making sure we can pick them up as well as per our postal strike. Unfortunately, there's not anything that we can do with the postal strike. If Whatnot is restricting shipments there, it's really beyond our control. But believe as soon as we're able to, we'll want to do special stuff the same way that we did for Topps Chrome, and you know, all I can do is offer my sympathy that it's been difficult. But what I would recommend is using a mail forwarder. I know it maybe saves marginally on cost, but it allows you to get the things that you want, and then you can ship them in bulk and save on the tariffs and the shipping. Before we move off the Motivated Monster entirely, I would be remiss not to share with you this promo for issue number 5. A little hint at what the story is, and I think makes sense. Well, I don't want to say too much, but here's a snippet of what's coming in Motivated Monster issue number 5.
The VeeFriends story universe turns the page to its darkest chapter yet. Young Larry Loserson dreamed of saving his city. That's not the Loserson family way. Some monsters aren't born, they're made. This issue is intended for mature readers. Parents, please preview first.
Woo! I'm so excited for you guys to see that one. I just threw up another giveaway, so check that out. Paul, we cannot read it here on live just yet, but you can absolutely read it at home, and I hope that you do. In fact, I have a couple hard pick comics to give away, and I have a couple more. I have a couple more announcements to get through as well. But before I do, we've been talking a lot about comics, and I know that not everybody has had a chance to get them. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull some into the shop. If you have yet to get Hardpick comic number 4, I've got 50 available, and they're up right now. And honestly, they make a very great gift. This is like, oh, my phone's not there anymore. Let me get it here for you. I think these stories are really foundational to what we're doing at VeeFriends. You know, these stories are directly from the mind of Gary and then molded by the team, DJ, Kate, and the rest of the comics team. They're very special. I mean, I'll just here in the beginning, for those who missed the promo, it starts, not too long ago, in a land not too far away, a group of young adventurers is listening to an offer. I'm in need of a hot pick horn. Do you 3 seriously think you can find one? The Wilford Wizard, as you might have seen in other comics, is a little bit pompous. He definitely thinks highly of himself. If the heart pick is real, we'll slay it good. Yeah, I'm not afraid. He says, you should be. Nobody has made it back alive yet. Dun, dun, dun. All right, that's enough of that. But if you want to read the rest of the comic, it's available now. There's 49 left, so feel free to grab those. I'm gonna unpin it so we can look into Discord. So if you are not in the VeeFriends Discord, I highly recommend it. VeeFriends.com/Discord, and actually let me. Yeah, that's perfect. Does that get the full thing on screen? No, not really. Let's size it down a bit. Cool. So, oh wait, actually, get a little more. Perfect. So, in our announcements channel, we've been sharing a lot of fun updates. So, naturally, when we have a full release when it comes to a blog post and sharing on X and Instagram, we'll share that here as well. So, I know the text is small, but this is just reviewing that Series 1 Motivated Monsters. We'll be able to claim this starting October 9th, and that you can get one at New York Comic Con if you're at the booth and you find yourself to be lucky. Andy Kranak invited everybody to the mega show last night, but the one that I wanted to share, we also shared the update about the printing error here, just in the spirit of transparency and the community having the information. But this is one that I wanted to highlight. So what you see here is, oh, that doesn't quite show on the screen properly. What you see here is a chart of total GIFs and stickers uploaded by VeeFriends and their aggregate views. So in the last year to date, September 24th to September 25th, we've uploaded over 13,000 GIFs. And we very much believe in this strategy through messaging, Instagram, X, and more to drive awareness around characters. And when you see VeeFriends characters on GIFs, we usually include the character name as well. And we had a really standout moment here where we had more than 43 million views on VeeFriends GIFs in a single day, which is so fun to see. So I'll read a bit of what Andy wrote here. He said, VeeFriends GIFs are lighting up feeds everywhere. What started with uploading every Series 1 drawing back in 2021 has officially grown into a core content pillar of the brand and a powerful way to build connection and awareness for VeeFriends and its characters. In the past 12 months, VeeFriends GIFs and stickers have surged across the internet, and the numbers say it all. Breakout growth, 3 billion views in the last 12 months. 43.5 million views in a single day on September 23rd. 200 million views per week and climbing, with over 13,000 uploads spanning characters, emotions, everyday moments, and searchable everywhere, from X to Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, iMessage, and more. These aren't just random internet memes your little cousin throws around. They're how we're day trading attention, one reaction, one reply, one share at a time. So how can you use VeeFriends gifts? It's very, very simple. On whatever platform you're using, just type into the gift bar at VeeFriends, which will filter for gifts that our VeeFriends account has posted, and then insert an emotion, a character name, or a keyword that you're looking to respond with, and you'll see dozens of various gifts that might fit that moment. And a big shout out to our team here. This momentum wasn't luck. It's powered by designers, animators, strategists, and you, the fans, the collectors, and the community, showing up with love, humor, chaos, and meaning every single day. These gifts are more than pixels. They're moments of connection, emotion, and conversation, sparking responses from millions of people around the world. Let's keep accepting the challenges and bringing the change. Let's keep spreading the VeeFriends connection. Let's keep putting characters in every corner of the internet, GIF by GIF, view by view, brick by brick. With a very special shout out to Weesent, who came to us out of the VeeFriends community and has been absolutely crushing it, the GIF VeeFriends king. Big, can I get like Weesent is usually in the chat. Can I get a massive round of applause in the chat for Weesent? Because they really go there and they're just such an asset to this team. They deserve all the flowers. I'm going to go ahead and pin the comics again for folks who want to grab one. And I'm also going to throw one on the giveaway. So we are getting the giveaway now for a sealed. You're not going to get this Jim Ma food cover. You're going to get it sealed. You're going to get it sealed. And I'm not going to lie. Now that I have this sealed comic in my hand, I want to rip it so bad. Chat, what if the one of one lollipop is in this bag? What if? Ah! But we won't find out because we're going to ship it to you sealed, and you will have the choice at home to open it up, enjoy the story, read it, or keep it sealed as a collector's item for years and years to come. The introduction of the thoughtful three-horn harpic, the first appearance in comic book land. I've been great. Thanks for asking, Elizabeth. So, let's bring it back to Discord. Let's see. I think we had another announcement that I wanted to share. Oh, that's right. VeeFriends TCG. So, you may be wondering about the date and location of the VeeFriends Championship, which is happening on the West Coast in December. We are looking to get those details out very shortly. And in the meantime, wanted to let you know about 3 upcoming sanctioned tournament events that are happening around the country that if you participate will earn you 2 times the points on the leaderboard and give you a better chance at ranking for not only access to that championship, but ultimately taking the #1 spot. Currently, RJ Fox steals the first place stop after a top 4 finish in New York City and winning #1 in Chicago. Chartsy, who participated in both of our qualifying events, sits in second place after second place finish in New York and top 10 finish in Chicago. And then Leash 520 is in third place after a top 10 finish in New York City and a monstrous second place performance in Chicago. So, our upcoming events. A month from today, on November 1st at 3 p.m. In Phoenix, Arizona, the Bisexual Barista will be hosting an event. And this link here, you can just go to play.veefriends.com or veefriends.com/play to go to our TCG network, set up your account, and sign up for these events. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. That's up to the organizers. In fact, let me go ahead and click in and see. Bisexual Baristas tournament is $25. Big Dave and Josh's tournament is $25. And I think the SoCal tournament does not. It's free. The SoCal tournament is free. So Big Dave and Josh are going to be hosting their event in Berlin Township, New Jersey, the following week on November 8th at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then at and then on the following week, so these are back to back to back. I would love to know if anyone is actually going to go back to back to back from Phoenix to New Jersey, back to the West Coast to California. I guess it makes more sense if you're on the West Coast, like if you're in LA or maybe Portland, Las Vegas, Reno, or the surrounding areas. You drive to Phoenix, hang out with Biceps for a week, fly to New York City, come knock on the VeeFriends office door, see if they'll let you in, and go to the Berlin Township, New Jersey event, and then spend a week in New York City and fly back to Arizona, drive to Fountain Valley, California, and participate in the Poker Pros tournament, which is at 4 p.m. I don't know if anybody's doing that, but if they are, I would certainly love to know. Our announcement preceding that was our comic book 5 to 7 public sale, and here's a fun teaser. I don't know if many people have seen this. I don't think you get audio for this, so let me play it here. Do I have it queued up? I don't have the 5 to 7 queued up. Well, let's see. You let me know if you have audio. If not, we'll just skip it. Oh, that didn't work. No audio. That's what I figured. Not a problem. You can check that out on VeeFriends Instagram, and I'll have it at a future show. I think we've gotten through most of the news for the day. Let me just make sure. The other thing that we missed with the heat. 5 seconds on this giveaway. 5 seconds for a sealed comic pack. Go, 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 go. Get in, get in, get in. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Rocco! Congrats. So we're going to send you this sealed, Rocco. Rocco, did you already have a issue number 4, or is this your first? I'd love to know. Either way. And while we're at it, how many people are brand new to VeeFriends? We've got 105 folks in the room. How many people, this is their first VeeFriends live stream? What's up, Inna? It's your first. Let's go. Somebody got their first VeeFriends comic here on the show. That's fantastic. Man, Rocco, I can't wait until the adaptable alien makes their first appearance. Ooh. So yeah, I almost forgot to mention with the mega stream last night, we had a sprint of a sellout on the Thoughtful 3-Horn Hardpick 555 team, which is very, very cool. I actually missed it. I was watching the stream, but I had it on silent, and then I went to go do something else, and I look back, and all I see is sold out, and I'm like, oh, I missed it. I don't know how many of you were able to get the T-shirt. I'm not wearing it today, but it is a pretty fly shirt. It's kind of in between the Ma Food and the Caitlin Wendell's cover. It's definitely an original take. Nice. Oh, happy early birthday to Corso. I didn't know that. Very nice. So let's see. We've got one more comic to give away. And, oh, you know what else I have? This is really sneaky. Nobody tell Gary about this one. But I'm going to move in some blasters. Woo! Top Chrome blasters are now in the shop. So we've got comics and blasters in the shop. We've wrapped up most of the news. Let me see. I think that's it. So let's do questions. Is there anything going on in VeeFriends that doesn't make sense, is confusing, or that you would like clarity on? Or if you just have a general question, I am here to help. Just put a question mark on your comment so that it pops up yellow in the chat, and we'll get after it. You need a VeeFriends Canada branch? That's not really a question, but I don't disagree. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. How do I call in? There is no call in, Magic Clothing Corp. It would be cool to have a call in. Like, I would actually really like to have a call in. I really should figure that out. Andy wanted to do it too, but for today, there's no call-in. Yes, Matt Chu, the tournaments, they are playing with cards. VeeFriends has a TCG. It looks a little bit like this. This is a foil card limited to 500. And so each of the 3 numbers at the bottom, you battle against your opponent's card, and then you have the total score, which you can compete in as well. And you accrue points in either aura, skill, or stamina, and the first to 7 points in any one category wins. So we have a very tight knit TCG community, and it can get very, very competitive. What's the best way to play and learn the TCG? Mysterious Monkey, we have play mats. I don't know if I don't have them in the shop right now. Let me see if I can get them. Let me see. I just asked if we can do TCG kits. We sold some of them at the last TCG tournament, and I think we're saving a good amount of them for future live streams at TCG events. But we do have a play kit, which is pretty great. And it looks like Ezra's going to go ahead and get some for us. So I'll have them in the shop here in just a minute, Monkey. Yeah, Gas Fairy, the packaging for Comic 4, you know, DJ probably doesn't want me sharing the nitty gritty on what needed to happen. But for those of you who have gotten previous comics, you know that there was an issue of the bag being too tight and bending the comic. So we had to make some fine adjustments to make sure that doesn't happen. And now that they come pre-bag and boarded, it's and in proper comic mailers, it's such an unlock. I was so pleased to see it too. Tell Gary I want to work with him to build business in Ghana. I speak the language and have a lot of value to bring. Magic clothing, that's fantastic. You should tell him yourself. You can email him at gary@veefriends.com and, put something in the subject line that will entice him to read it. When Mysterious Monkey, Moral Monkey crossover plush? I don't know. Send over your plush concept to VeeFriends email and we'll take a look. The mailers were great. Yeah. What's up, Shep? What's the significance of extra piece of paper in some comics? I don't know if I can share that. I do know, but I don't want to. I don't think I need to. Okay, DJ said, yeah. The reason, David, is because it was just unavoidable that some of the ultra rare covers, the shimmer, the cracked ice, the lollipop, because they have that additional layer of foil, are going to be heavier than base comics in the pack. And so we didn't want that to jeopardize, the sealed nature of it. And so some of the comics have that paper so that you can't identify those hit packs simply by weighing it. Do people play the TCG over Google Meetup or something? Yeah, they have. Josh Courage has done a few of those streams, and there are many streamers that will play it online. We don't have an online version of the TCG right now, but some community members have found ways to do it. What's the deal with Tiny Ogre? I can't tell you about Tiny Ogre right now, but for those who don't know, Time Machine Tiny Ogre is a special token in the Book Games collection. Book Games is a collection of over 125,000 NFTs that was designed as a consumable, burnable, exchangeable token. We've actually already burned more than 20% of that collection. And out of the 125,000 original tokens, just 15 of them are a special character called the Time Machine Tiny Ogre. We don't yet know what the Time Machine's place is in the VeeFriends universe, but it is by odds of reveal the rarest NFT that VeeFriends has ever released. Yeah, Dave, I kind of am the press secretary for VeeFriends. That's funny. What's up, Arkansas? Great to see you. Great to see you. Uh-huh. Oh, nice. We got the TCG kit. So there you have it, my friends. The VeeFriends I don't have a TCG kit here to display for you, but you can kind of see it is about yay big, and it has a mat of this kind of, what do they call this kind of desk mat? But it has spots for each of the game tokens, and it comes with gems to play the game. It does not come with a deck. It doesn't come with the cards or the deck to play the game, but it has everything else that you need to play. So that's in the shop for anybody who wants it. And again, we've also got blasters and comic books. Any more questions? Otherwise, we're going to do the VCAP and we're going to wrap it up. I think it's been a good show. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope I was able to provide some value today. We do this show every Wednesday at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Time. In fact, is it next week? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. I think, don't hold me to this. This is like where is stuff Keith buys in the chat? Keith, are you in the chat? Keith likes to say when I tweet something or say something in a very vague way, he likes to say almost alpha. This isn't almost alpha. And I'm going to say, don't keep me to this because, release schedules are subject to change. But next Wednesday, should hopefully be a very special event. I've already said too much. Almost alpha. Any last minute questions before I go into the VCAP? Yeah, Shep, it overlaps with Comic-Con, but that's not what I'm talking about. Because it'll be the day before Comic-Con. Okay, let me get the news window queued up. Here it is. Dun, 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 okay, I can do that, Stag. By the way, it's hot in here, and my brain is skipping a beat. I was gonna say, nope, it's gone. It'll come back. All right, so let's see. For here, I want to be here, and I want to be here, and I want to be That's pretty nice. That works. Can I maybe make that a little smaller? Yeah, nice. And then heart pick. Did we not have a blog for the 555 team? I guess we'll just do that. Boom. 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 And TCG. Sometimes I wonder when I'm typing in my browser. Oh, maybe you don't see my recent searches, but I sometimes wonder if people are like over analyzing my recent searches for alpha. But I don't think there's anything there. Yeah, you don't see. That's good. Cool. I need to remind the team to change this text to something that is legible. Because this white, maybe it just needs a border, but it's quite difficult to read. Quite difficult to read. You just need to remember that. All right, chat. Am I missing anything? We've got Spin Master, Heartpick Comics, 555T, Stand for Series 2 holders, Giphy on the rise, and all right, gotta gather my energy. Well, news on Series 2 holders. I don't know if you've seen yet the Gary Vee Stand Challenge, but we've just opened up access for all Series 2 holders. So that's a $300 value for owning a $200 NFT. $250 maybe. It's pretty nice. In fact, while we're there, yes, Uribe, it is with me, and I have seen your email. And see, Arkansas, it's like you can't see it, but when I open up a new tab, you see this, and there actually is crazy alpha there. Oops. I was like, oh, there's nothing there that like you could really see, but then I saw something. I was like, actually, not. I should have stopped talking about it. Let's check out Series 2. So yeah, right now VeeFriends Series 2 is $237 for the Benevolent Barn Owl. And you've got a lot of, oh wow, there's a Hype Horse. Hype Horse pretty close to the floor at $252. I helped someone today get their first VeeFriend and they got, oh wow. Oh, this is listing. I was like, oh wow, somebody bought a responsive RAM for $3,000, but they just listed it. Let's just do sales. And let's see. Ooh, somebody got the ghost at the graveyard. What a cool combo. Wow, what a cool combo. I actually picked this one up today. I got a Heart Trooper. What was I looking for? Here. I helped someone today pick up this Practical Peacock, which I thought was really nice, the kind of color match. Yeah, H-Town, that's right. Ghost Kid, who is a massive VeeFriends collector, is a big fan of the Gritty Ghost. And an artist and a creative and just really fun part of our community. And he, of his own volition, decided to burn 9 Gritty Ghosts NFTs. I don't know why, but there you have it. That one's. I mean, this one is just like, that's so cool. Like Ghost at the Graveyard. There can't be very many of them. So, by the way, if you're on OpenSea, yes, Feel Good, he burned them, which means they're inaccessible. Let me unpin this so you can see a little better. If you're on OpenSea, or really any VeeFriend NFT marketplace, you can click on an attribute and it'll filter for that, and you can search by item. There are 4 Gritty Ghosts. One of them is a competing one. This is one of only 5. This is a super rare pose, the actively competing pose. Yeah, wow. That was such a snag. Oh, Halloween. Halloween, I know who that is. Wait, when did they list this? Wow. I'm impressed. I don't know if you're in the chat. I'm not going to call you out, even though I think most people know your wallet. But that is fantastic. He's a big Halloween fan, as you can see by his collection. Nice. Look at that alpha. Boom. Fly. FaceTime Fly. Look at this look at these Halloween characters. Oh my gosh. All right, now I'm just window shopping. Oh, he already has a ghost. He already had one. All right. Shall we? I feel like I need a water before I do this. This light is making me a little dizzy. Yes, Soren fan, you can buy an NFT now and still get Stan. You just will not have received the email with the access code. So once you get your NFT, you'll need to link it to your VeeFriends account, which I can help you do. Just email me at VeeFriends.com, Jeremy at VeeFriends.com. And then I'll connect you with our support so they can give you the access code. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, Uribe. Okie dokie. Sorry, I need to stand for a second. My energy going into the VCAP is not yet ready. Yeah, Soren fam, I'm happy for you. Soren, do you need help stepping through how to get it, or have you purchased an NFT before? Anyone selling a charming cheetah S1? I don't know. News Live, the only news to look forward to. Thanks, Mix. Zipper Club, I'm happy to help. Aaron, can we get my email pinned to the bottom of the chat? Jeremy at VeeFriends.com. If you just shoot me an email, I'll send you the link to my Calendly, or you can go directly there. It's VeeFriends.com/NFT support. Either one is great. Emailing me is nice because then I can get a sense of how to help you, but either one is great. You can book directly at VeeFriends.com/NFT support. You've bought before, not sure if there are there's in yeah. So if you bought before, Soren, you'll need Ethereum on mainnet, and all Series 2 are eligible. So there are tiers in the sense that there are different characters, poses, rarities. There are one-of-one spectaculars. There are rare scenes. There are even certain characters that have gotten utility over time. But for the purpose of Stan, any Series 2 will give you that access. Cool. All right, let's do it. Bum, 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 bum. That's not the right song. Is that quite right? I'm blanking. What can we cop if we aren't attending New York Comic Con? Well, we have comics and blasters and play kits in the shop right now if you want to grab something right now. But otherwise, I would just stay tuned for live streams that happen during New York Comic Con. Soren fam, the characters that have, well, a lot of characters have had utility. So you can look at the VeeFriends blog for a lot of those details. For example, the competitive clown has given access to pickleball events across the country because the competitive clown is the mascot of a professional pickleball team, the Fives. And the Mint Mink gives occasional access to partner mints of other NFT projects. I think it's just those two, if I recall. Other activations have been on a more like per drop basis. Yes, technically all characters have had utility at this point. PHC bro, my for some reason this light right now is just frying my brain, and I couldn't remember a theme song if my life depended on it. Okay, but the person watching this VCAP doesn't need to know that, and so we're gonna lock in and we're gonna get it recorded. Ready? We ready? I'm actually gonna do myself a favor. You don't need to know this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. When I record the news, it's long. It's like an hour-long recording. And then I have to find this like 3-minute segment in the middle of it and then clip it and give it to the team. And I just realized right now I can stop the recording and start a fresh recording and know that's the VCAP. Huh. Who'd have thought? Use your brain. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. VCAP. Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's weekly VCAP. I'm recording this live on VeeFriends News Live every week at 5:55 p.m. on Wednesdays on Whatnot. W's in there. Let's get into the news. Starting off with our big announcement of the collaboration at New York Comic Con with Spin Master. we're going to release a 4D build. Run it back. Learn something new every day. All right. Also, there was that random comment about W's. That's not valuable for anybody. Also need to try to keep this under 3 minutes, which is key. So actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to set myself a timer. It's better. It's better if I get this under 3 minutes. All right. Ready? Done is better than perfect. That's true. But rehearsal is okay too. Where can we watch VCAPs? They'll be posted on YouTube, Soren, and it'll be just kind of like a bite-size recap of what happens here. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly VCAP. My name is Jeremy Knows. I'm recording this on VeeFriends News Live, airing every Wednesday at 5:55 p.m. on Whatnot. Hope you join us next week for all the details, alpha, and asking and answering questions live from the VeeFriends community. Thanks for watching the VCAP here on YouTube, and please make sure to like and subscribe on all VeeFriends platforms, and sign up at VeeFriends.com/newsletter to get this information straight to your inbox. So let's dive in. Starting with our collaboration with Spin Master. This is a exclusive at New York Comic Con, limited to 750 pieces that will be given to lucky attendees at New York Comic Con. We're very excited to partner with Spin Master here. This exclusive puzzle marks the first collaboration in a growing partnership between VeeFriends and Spin Master. And the best part is it's absolutely free. You can see in this wonderful GIF how it comes together, and you can build a dynamic 3D puzzle of the motivated monster. I'll even show you a little bit of a promo of how it comes together. But wait, there's more. Because the hunt for the hard pick is on. VeeFriends across the world are starting to receive their sealed issues of comic book issue, VeeFriends issue number 4, the first appearance of the Thoughtful Three-Horn Hard Pick. And Gary himself kicked it off last night with a mega stream where we had another release of our 555 t-shirt collection, where we create a custom artwork of single VeeFriends character and release it in a very limited 555 edition. It sold out with speed, was a ton of fun, and really marks a new era for Hardpick. There is an important update on the print run for issue number 4 that I want to let you know about. The cover B for VeeFriends Comics, when you're opening comic packs, is typically a 20% hit rate. It is the rarer comic. For example, in the hard pick, it is this Jim Mahfood. However, while that will be correct for issues 5, 6, 7, and so forth, the printer actually flipped the quantities for cover A and B on this hard pick. So on the packaging, the number will be incorrect, but it's actually the reverse, making the Kate Wendell's comic cover A, and also the artist who wrote and did the interiors for this comic based on the story by DJ Kaufman and Gary Vaynerchuk, the rarer cover here, limited to just 2,000, and the Jim Mahfood limited to 7,332. In other VeeFriends news, we've been talking a lot about Stan, the link in bio tool that allows entrepreneurs and creators to offer digital products to their audiences and level up their businesses. You can do calendar scheduling, you can do gated communities, and you can do lead generation and all sorts through Stan. And thanks to Gary and the Gary V Stan Challenge, VeeFriend token holders get it for free. And now, as of today, we've opened it up to Series 2 holders as well. So this is a $300 value where you get the Stan software, 8 weeks of consulting and time with Gary himself, and the chance for 15 folks who win the challenge to get flown to New York City for an intensive accelerator day with Gary and the VaynerX staff, all for free. Series 2 NFTs at this time are around $230, $250. and you can get this for absolutely free. If you don't own a Series 2 yet, you can get one and get access to the challenge. Just make sure you get in touch with us, as emails have already been sent out to those who own Series 2 NFTs and have their wallet linked to their VeeFriends account, which is very, very important. If you are a VeeFriends NFT holder, Series 1, Series 2, book games, iconics, mini drops, whatever it is, make sure you've linked your wallets to your VeeFriends account so you get notified when we do pop-up activations. For example, I forgot to mention that with this Motivated Monster puzzle, if you're a Series 1 Motivated Monster holder, you get it for free. And last but not least, we shared an update in the Discord about our progress on the Giphy platform. Most of you know GIFs. I just showed you one with the Motivated Monster puzzle. They're perfect for quick reactions over text on Instagram, X, and more. And our team has been working very hard over the past year to elevate our Giphy presence. And here is a graph of what we've done all time. We've seen nearly 4 billion views across VeeFriends GIFs and over 6,000 uploads in that time. We shared a post. We shared a post in the Discord. Even just in the last 30 days, over 600 million views. We're very, very proud of the team and thankful to all of you who are using VeeFriends GIFs to express yourselves, relate to each other, and if you want to find a VeeFriends GIF on whatever platform you're on, type @VeeFriends and then add a key search term like an emotion or something that you're reacting to or a character name, and you'll see all the VeeFriends GIFs that we've created that are relevant to that populate into that search. Last but not least, I want to talk about our VeeFriends sanctioned tournament events. So we're gearing up to release the date and location for the championship, which will happen in December on the West Coast. But before then, there are 3 sanctioned events that you can attend to boost your rank on the leaderboard. The first one is happening in Phoenix, Arizona on November 1st, hosted by Biceptual Barista. Then the following week in New Jersey at the Berlin Township, hosted by Big Dave and Josh Courage. In New Jersey. And the third is happening on the West Coast in Fountain Valley, California, hosted by Poker Pros NFT. So you can go to VeeFriends.com/play details and sign up. And be sure to be on the lookout for details about that championship event. Those are our main headlines for the week. Now, when you come and see the show live, there's a little bit more time to dig deep, time to get even a little bit of alpha. Our marketing manager, Tyler Dowdle, called in and was dropping some hints at stuff that is still yet to be revealed about New York Comic Con. And actually, by the time you see this on Friday, a major announcement that we're very excited to share tomorrow. But the real alpha for you is going to be next week during New York Comic Con. If you can, get to New York City. If you can't, be sure to be on the lookout for pop-up live streams from Whatnot, on Whatnot from VeeFriends, because there are going to be some New York Comic Con exclusives and other products that debut there that are going to be available on live streams in limited quantities. So check that out. Make sure to turn on notifications. And as I said at the beginning, sign up at VeeFriends.com/newsletter to get the roundup delivered to your email inbox every week and stay up to date on everything going on in VeeFriends. Thank you so much for watching. Keep connecting, keep collecting. We'll see you next week. Bang! All right, that was definitely not 3 minutes. I started my timer late, and that was 6.5 minutes. So, wow. What's up, boys, with the raid? In the back of my head, I know every time I'm up here clapping and screaming, my dog is downstairs being like, "Whoop." Thank you for the raid, the boys. How was the show? For everybody who's just joining in, you're watching VeeFriends News Live. My name is Jeremy Nose. You just saw the VCap. We are breaking down all the latest in VeeFriends. If you have no idea what VeeFriends is, let me know right now. Say, I don't know. So just say, I don't know anything. Haiti doesn't know. So VeeFriends is a collection of 250 characters designed by Gary Vaynerchuk. And we're building up these characters, a universe of characters, one story at a time. One of the main ways we're doing that is with our comic book. So here's issue number 4, the first appearance of the thoughtful 3-horned harpic. And the boys is right. They are very cute. I mean, This is one of my favorite characters here. This is from our Topps Chrome card set. This is the Heart Trooper on Topps Chrome, and on the back, you can see the original artwork by Gary V and some information about what that attribute means. But we're really going deep in storytelling with the comic books. We're very excited about this. In fact, if you collect comic books and you would like to learn more about this world, DM us on VeeFriends. Click on the VeeFriends logo in the top left, hit send message, and say comics. Say comics. And our team is standing by to have real conversations with you and tell you about what's going on in our world. It means a lot to us when someone takes interest in what we're building. Laura says, "Who the f is Gary V?" That's the real question. That's a great question. Oh, nice. I see. A Lopez picked up a comic. I'll pin those up here as well. Yeah, this comic that you see right here is what I've just pinned, but it comes in a blind bag. So you'll get it in a package like this. It'll come bagged and also in a with a bag and board to keep it protected in shipping. And there are a bunch of different rarities and varieties. This is the common cover that you can get, and then we have a cover A that you can get in 20% of packs. This cover is by Kate Windell's or Kate Comics, and this cover is by Jim Mahfood. No, I don't think so, Laura. Gary V is a serial entrepreneur who started his career in the wine business and really built up multiple businesses over the last 25 years by following new trends in tech and day trading attention, or what he calls day trading attention, which really means understanding the mediums and the platforms where people really are, whether that's Google AdWords in 1998 or Facebook marketing in 2011 or Instagram or TikTok 5 years ago and now to this day, and really going all in on those platforms to create contextual content and storytelling to build up brand, whether that's personal, business, or just for fun. He has had a thesis for the last 25 years that the internet would provide a lane for everyday people to build brands and real businesses around things that they love, that they might want to do more so than their 9-to-5 job. And that thesis has been proven out time and time again. And through that process, he's built up a pretty large business, a 1,500 person plus marketing agency that does marketing for Fortune 500 companies like Coach and Budweiser and Pepsi and the like. And this is now his passion project, VeeFriends. He designed all 250 characters of VeeFriends, and we are systematically telling their stories as we create high quality collectibles that people can cherish and enjoy throughout. So, for example, you've got like our TCG. This was our first edition card set, showing this is the Jolly Jacko and the Bold as Fuck Bat. We ended up redacting the F word for future releases, but most characters have a positive attribute associated with them. So the considerate cowboy, the tenacious turkey, the bashful blobfish, the bullish bull, the versatile Viking, and so forth. You get the idea. And so, yeah, one day at a time, one collector at a time, looking to make this the next Pokemon, the next Marvel, the next DC, the next Sesame Street, and everything in between. And if any of what I just said over the last 3 minutes interested you, DM us. Like, seriously, just shoot a DM to VeeFriends. Just say interested. Interested, I want to learn more. And our team will get back to you as soon as they can, like probably, I don't know, in the next 24 hours or so. Ironically, because I started and stopped the recording for the VCAP, I didn't record any of what I just said, which I thought was a relatively decent overview of VeeFriends. But that's okay. There's also a recording on whatnot. I think that's our show. Any last minute questions before we wrap up? Oh, and if you're really looking to collect something lasting, Topps Chrome blasters are in the shop. These sealed have been doing crazy. These originally came out at $50, $25 in retail, but then pretty quickly we're at 50, and then jumped to 100 and 150, and now 215. So you can check out more about VeeFriends on eBay. Super Salad. I'm happy to do that. Thank you for the reminder, Stag. And I am not going to be at New York Comic Con. Sorry to disappoint you. But I will see you in all of the wonderful content that comes out from New York Comic Con. Will we know more about the comics aside from 567 before New York Comic Con, or just have to show up and see? Dr. Feelgood, I assume you're talking about that hint that that 5, 6, and 7 aren't the only comics coming at New York Comic Con. And I think, given how close we are, it's safe to say that you will know before Comic Con. You won't have to be at Comic Con to know about it. In fact, by next week when we're on the news, if not much, much sooner, you will know all about that. Coming soon. All right. Let's raid over to Super Salad. Or Salad. Nice, with the epic OG Ox PFP. I love to see it. All right. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for being a part of VeeFriends. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see y'all very, very soon. Take care.